Hi folks, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
How to use a TENS unit for back pain, that's transcutaneous electrical neuromuscular stimulation or nerve stimulation.
That's a mouthful, Bob.
That's what we're going to do today. By the way, Brad?
Yes?
I know you're not new, but if you guys are new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on how to stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, you're going to want to go over to the Facebook and like us, Bob and Brad. Starting this Sunday, maybe this Sunday already happened. Every Sunday for 5 Sundays in a row, we're going to be doing a huge giveaway on Facebook and YouTube. But you can see it a lot easier on Facebook, so you want to subscribe to us.
What do you mean this Sunday already happened?
Well, I don't know when we're putting this video up.
Oh,
we might be putting this video up on Monday.
Yeah, I understand.
Actually, I think this video is going to be up on Monday. So it happened yesterday, but you can go back and still sign up for it because it's all week long.
Oh, there you go.
So
that makes it crystal clear.
All right. So a lot of people, you know, in trying to control their pain, they may want to try a TENS unit. Now, a TENS unit attacks pain in 2 different ways. One is the gate theory.
Right.
Can we bring this over, Brad?
Sure. Now, this is, like he says, theory. It's been studied in detail.
Yeah, TENS has been around for, I'd say, about 30 years. I mean, I was around at the beginning of it. I mean, I remember when it was starting. I remember when EMPI was just starting with their scientists.
You mean when you were in school?
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, yeah. The dinosaurs roamed the earth. So anyway, let's say you get, you know, Brad's hammering in his garage and he hits his thumb. This normally what happens is it sends a pain signal up to your brain and you feel pain. So what the TENS unit does is it does a gating theory, which it actually cuts off that pain pathway and you don't feel the pain, or you feel less of the pain.
Right. This is obviously a model. It's not like this, but
what you're actually doing is you're stimulating some smaller nerves that cut off the main nerve.
Okay.
That's kind of how it works.
Right. So this way you don't have to take pain medication, especially if chronic people who are taking opioids and they want to, you know, eliminate that and go to another way to manage their pain. It can be a great avenue for it.
Which leads me to the second point, Brad. TENS can often stimulate your natural endorphins, which is kind of like your natural opioids.
Right.
So let's move this out of the way right now, Brad.
And there's no side effects.
Right. And you know, there's a few cases in which you're not supposed to use a TENS unit, and we'll alert you to those, a website that mentions those. I mean, if you have a pacemaker and you're pregnant and all those normal things. But so the way we like to use TENS, the way we like to attack it, the back pain, is generally a lot of times people get in what we call a pain cycle. The pain, they start feeling pain in their back, so what do?
They protect it by not moving as much.
Right. It hurts to move. So they don't move, which causes it to hurt more.
Right.
And then you don't move more, and so it's just the cycle goes on and on. So we want to use the TENS cycle to break that up, to lessen your pain so you can start moving.
Right.
So Brad and I are big fans of this company, the iReliev company. They're really kind of on the forefront of TENS units right now. And these are TENS units you don't need a prescription for. Right. So that's really cool about it. And they've kind of moved in that direction. They've got a whole variety, and it might be a little confusing even when you go on their site.
Sure.
I just want to go briefly talk about the range they have here. They first have a free one, which is just a little device that actually, it's kind of a pain patch, isn't it? A pain relief patch, they call it.
Right.
And it's real simple to use. You put it on there. It's free in the sense that the unit is free. I think they charge a little bit of shipping and handling.
Right.
But look at that. Brad's got that on, and you can see he's not flexing his muscle there. That's doing it for him.
Yeah, it's very comfortable. I really like this. It's a great way to find out if you should invest more in the more long-term ones.
Right.
If this relieves your pain, is effective, you're going to be successful with the other ones. They last longer, and they're just more advanced. Bob will get into one of the models.
So the next range up would be the 1313. This is their oldest model. This, you know, the negative thing about this is it's got batteries, and the rest of these are rechargeable.
Sure.
So it's got batteries, and it's only TENS units. Some of these other ones have TENS and electrical muscular stimulation too, EMS.
Sure. Yeah, so they've got a little more power to them. They're a little more advanced.
Then we're moving up. We got the 7070. Now the same with this one. This one's batteries too? Did we decide? Yeah, this one's batteries too. Right? Yeah, and that's the only difference between this one and the one I'm about to show you.
Right.
The one that I'm about to show you is actually rechargeable. I've already put it on. And the final one, just real quickly, they actually have one now that is actually wireless. So these are the little pods you put on, and they actually can receive a signal, and they can actually, you can put these on your back separately.
Right, and that is a issue with TENS units historically, is you have wires going from the control box to the patches, which can be a little inconvenient. So that's something we'll get into in the future. But
yeah, we'll show that at a future date. But right now, so I'm using the 8080 model, and that's just this little model here. You didn't even know I had it on, did you, Brad?
no, I didn't, Bob.
So it's in my pocket, and then I got it, the electrodes hooked up here. Can you see those, Brad?
Yep, there you go. It shows out on that
White skin?
tan skin. Yeah, you've been out in the sun, haven't you, Bob?
No, I don't. I'm like a vampire. I stay away from it. You can also put 4 of them on. You can not just have 2.
Right.
So we're going to go back to this, Brad, real quickly.
Oh,
I'm
get
gonna
that big whiteboard over.
Yeah.
Maybe someday we'll have a smart board.
We'd have to be smart therapists for that to happen. So this is what we have here is this part, and this is the big screen that I see up in here.
Yeah, that looks identical to it, Bob. Very good.
So I'm pushing the on button to start off with, and this screen lights up.
Sure.
And what I see right now is I see these three things. So I first push mode, and this flashes. And if I want to go to the EMS, I just push up or down, and it goes to the EMS or it goes to the TENS. It toggles back and forth.
Let's say you're doing it for pain, so we're going to stay on 10.
Yeah, we're staying on TENS. So I hit mode again, and now it goes and it's flashing this. And this one has 8 programs, I believe, under TENS. So
P1 through P8, so we're at P5.
right, I leave it on P5 actually. And then this flashes, and you can go 5, 10, 20 minutes, different increments. I think up to 60, I believe it is.
Yeah, it's how many minutes do you want the TENS unit to stay on, then it turns off automatically at that time.
So then I go in, and I'm going to hit channel 1. This should be channel 1. I got the wrong one on here. Channel 1, and now it's flashing, and now I can just hit intensity, up and down.
Right. So there's channel 1 and channel 2. That's because it works. 2 pads go for 1 channel, 2 pads go for 2. If you're just going to use one side, one set, you'll hit channel 1.
Yep. So it's on right now, and it's doing its job. I'm really getting some good tingling here. We can move this out of the way, Brad.
You're saying you feel those on your back right now?
I don't think you'll be able to see them working.
Yeah, you have to hook it up for the EMS to get more power.
Right.
Bob is not exaggerating. He can feel it.
It's firing up. So now with it working and with it in place, I'm actually going to do some. This is the second part of using a TENS unit. Now you're allowed to do some movement. I mean, it's going to make it easier for you to do movement.
Sure.
So I'm going to go ahead and, one thing that a lot of people that I have them try is actually rotations. So I just go gentle trunk rotations while the TENS unit is in place.
So as he's moving here, his shoulders are still, his knees are moving, but obviously your knees are connected to your hips, and for the knees to move, the hips to move, and for the hips to move, the back is moving. And it's not an aggressive movement, but it's a gentle movement, which can be really helpful. And with the TENS on there, it allows you to get more movement comfortably.
And the other thing you can do, Brad, is you can run the TENS for like a half hour, and then you can turn it off and even do the movement too, because there's a carryover of the pain relief.
Right.
And that might even be more comfortable for a lot of people.
Right.
To actually, I'm going to go ahead and try that, Brad. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and turn it down, and then I'm going to turn it off. There we go. It's off. And now I can, again, I'm getting some carryover of the pain relief.
Right.
So I can do, and generally there's 1 of 3 movements we're going to have you do. We already talked about the trunk rotations, but there's also there's my microphone. I got things in my pocket coming out here. You can do knees to chest.
Right.
You can do like a single knee to chest for your back, and then you can go into a double like this. And this tends to be good for arthritis.
Arthritis, stenosis, Spondylolisthesis.
There you go, exactly, the big three there.
Right.
Now, it's not good for sciatica.
Right. If you got a disc issue, that is almost always not the thing to do.
So the next one we're gonna jump into, again, I got all my wires here. I'm like the electronic man here. You can actually do extensions.
Sure.
And this is the one that I would say 80% of you should be trying.
Okay.
Is trying to get some
Sure.
movement here. Put the TENS unit on. You could actually even leave the TENS unit on while you're doing these, but you can also try it with it off. Do it both ways. See which one's more comfortable.
Sure.
And then hopefully you get some pain relief that you're allowed to do this and go further and further. I'm keeping my pelvis down. I'm not lifting it up like this.
Yeah. So that's how you do not want to do it.
Yeah. You don't want to be going like this.
Right.
You want to be going like this.
As if I was holding
Right.
here and maintaining that a good stable pelvis. Now there's one red flag no matter what you're doing. If you're doing these and you start to feel any pain or numbness or tingling going down the buttock or into the leg, that's a red flag. That means do not continue with that movement.
Right. You want pain to get localized more in the back.
Right.
You don't want it, the more pain spreads out, the worse it's getting.
Right.
I mean, that's the summarize.
And with all of these repetition, people want to know, do I do 5, 10, 100 of them? You're probably going to do 10 to 15 of them. And then you can stop and relax and do another 10 or 15, but you're not going to do 100 of them in a row.
No, but you can do it every hour if you
Sure,
want. So, I
right.
mean, it would work that way. So, we have a link below for the iReliev. Again, you can go to the free patch all the way up to the wireless. You can take a look at their website and figure
Sure.
out which one you want to go with. And they got the contraindications on there too, which
Right,
ones you shouldn't be doing. So.
And we've got a few other videos. If you Google Bob and Brad, iReliev 10s, our videos will come up for more information, if you can bear watching us.
All right. Thanks for watching.